Hi, I'm Mike, and this is Mike's Road Trip.
Get off the road!
All right. Hi, I'm Mike of Mike's Road Trip, and on this episode, I'm going to share with you an arduous journey to get reunited with my girlfriend Mihaela. We have been separated by borders for over 9 months now. You see, Mihaela is from Romania, and you may have seen her on some of my older videos. We actually did an epic road trip around the Southwest last year, around this time in March, when COVID just started really closing everything down. She left in June of last year, and that's really when it became impossible to travel. So that's how we've been separated all this time. Thank goodness for technology, because we've been able to communicate almost every day via FaceTime. So that has been really, really helpful. Why Chicago? Well, it's right next to Indiana. And Indiana is the #1 manufacturing state for RVs, and that is where we're going to pick up our brand new Dutchman Kodiak Cub travel trailer. And we're going to road trip all around the country for the next 4 to 5 months, and we're going to document the entire experience. But in the meantime, I've got about a 3 long day road trip to Chicago to pick up Mihaela. Just stretch out. Oh, I love the snow. It's not much, but it's still nice.
Everybody was telling me about Charleston.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Lisa yesterday saying where we're going and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, you could go to Charleston too, because it's nearby. I said, yeah, we are. She said, oh, say hello to loophole people. I was like, oh my fucking God, I totally forgot that detail. That's why I knew about Charleston, because we have a plant there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go to visit the plant in Charleston because it was one of our prettiest locations.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah, I never been to get there though.
There must have been something going on, like ice or something on this road, because, you know, I just told you about that semi that was tipped over. I just drove by about 6 or 7 semis in the middle of the road, all of them turned over.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there must have been a big storm or something that...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Right now, in the middle of Texas. Gas is quite a bit cheaper here, only $2.46 a gallon. In Phoenix it was $3.15. Albuquerque it was $2.78. And actually saw Sam's Club was only $2.38. Guess it stands to reason we are in oil country. So one of the nice things about these long road trips is that I get caught up on all my phone calls. So I was yesterday I was talking with one of my best friends, Jeff, and he travels a lot for work. So I asked him, I said, hey, where are you these days? And he said he was in Oklahoma. I said, is that right? He said, whereabouts? And he told me, and it was some small town I'd never heard of before. And so I said, well, I'm going to be staying the night in Tulsa. And he goes, oh yeah, it's just about a half an hour from Tulsa. I said, you gotta be kidding. So I'm diverting my direction a little bit to go see him, but yeah, so I'm going to stop by and have a quick chat with him, and then I'll be heading on to Tulsa. What's with the cloak and dagger?
You can't just come into a job site like that. Safety.
Yeah.
You have to be trained in the hazards.
So did you see me drive up?
I was coming out to meet you. I figured timing-wise you had to be close.
Yeah.
So.
How are you?
Good. You start seeing all of this contamination. You can see on the back wall underneath the plastic mound.
Uh-huh.
You go down first level of dirt that was dark at the top.
Yeah.
That's all oil stained.
Oh, wow.
And this whole site up until this morning smelled like naphtha.
What's
really
that?
Strong. It's a crude oil component.
Huh.
It has very heavy odor. It smells like mothballs. But this truck will smell like it for 2 days after I just drive by with an open window or door.
Huh. Well, that was really cool to be able to see my buddy. It's been a while, and we don't get to see each other all that often because both of us are always traveling. He's on this job site in Cushing, Oklahoma, which is where all of the pipelines, the oil pipelines, intersect. And it's where the Keystone pipeline was going to end. And the site that he is cleaning up, in charge of cleaning up from a safety perspective, is where Streep was in that movie, and I think it Well, I just drove through St. Louis, which is a city I would love to go back and visit one of these days. Unfortunately, this trip is not my usual road trips where maybe I travel a couple hundred miles a day and spend the entire day doing it. Rather, I'm driving a couple thousand miles in just 3 days. Well, I have just 24 hours until Mihaela arrives into Chicago, and I'm on the tail end of this long 3-day road trip. Tonight, I'm actually going to divert a little bit to Peoria, Illinois, where my aunt and uncle live, and I'm going to stay the night there and have a few hours to visit with them tomorrow before I drive into Chicago and pick Mihaela up at O'Hare. So, getting close. Cannot wait to see her.
Wind me up and watch me choke. He could build me with feathers and break me with smoke. Holds me till I can't breathe, and his eyes tell me things his mouth can't achieve. Me, I feel 1,000 different ways. Still, I'd rather act than articulate. I've got cracks on my back and my shoulder and my wing. You see, I'm an angel, but I do bad things. And when you want me, well, I'll be gone. So talk to me another time. See, I don't need your...
Boy, it has been sunny all day, a really pleasant day for driving. But as I get closer to Peoria, wow, does it look ominous.
On a different day, I wanna be the one that got away. I wanna be the one that got away. Well, there's always hope to keep us going. I still see a white picket fence.
Well, I had a fantastic visit with my aunt and uncle, and now I just drove 2.5 hours or so to Chicago O'Hare Airport, where I am now waiting for Mihaela to arrive. Her plane is about 10 minutes late or so, so I'm just sitting here waiting in the parking lot to have her get through customs and all that to go in and pick her up. So as soon as I pick her up, we're heading straight to Indiana. We have about a 2.5-3 hour drive, and that's where the adventure will begin. Wow, I guess they call it the Windy City for a reason. Might be a little tough to kiss her with one of these. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking. I've been waiting and waiting, and I'm just so nervous that something's gonna happen at immigration. So, never mind, I didn't say that. I don't want to jinx it. So many people are coming through the doors, but not Mihaela. I just got a text message from her, and she's at border control or immigration, so hopefully she'll be through soon.
MikeTrailTrip.com